actually help us save money. I'll give you some tips later on. So let's start the test. So, in my case, I got 10 of these two cups containers. All right. Now, I'm gonna make the calculations right now. I'm gonna do the math, which I'm pretty bad at math. So I'm just gonna step out for a minute, and then I'll be right back. I'm back. Now, I had a hard time with this. Like I said, I'm really bad at math. Thank God, I have smart people working with me. Now, I have to make a correction. I mentioned here 20 ounces, okay? And what I did is, I poured the 20 ounces in this bowl, or in this container. Now, from this, I got 2 cups and a little bit more. So I actually told you guys that each of this container, I was going to have 20 ounces. But actually, I did it all the way to 2 cups. So I actually had 16 ounces on each of these containers. I poured down the bucket. So, having said that, in 1 minute, I filled 10 of these 2-cup containers, or 16 ounces. So when you multiply those 16 ounces by 10, you get 160 ounces. All right. Now, 128 ounces equals 1 gallon. Which means that in 1 minute, I actually used up 1 gallon and 32 ounces. Now imagine, or the average timing, or the average of minutes that a person uses to do the dishes, maybe it's 5 to 6 minutes. So what I did is, I took the 160 ounces that result, which means 160 ounces per minute, and I multiplied it by 5, which would be 5 minutes. Now that gave me a total of 6 gallons and 20.25. That means that we could round that up approximately between 6 and 7 gallons per wash. Alright? So in my case, well, not in my case, in my family's case, because I hardly do the dishes, but I do the dishes, by the way. I want to make that clear. Just not that often. We do the dishes in the morning, we do the dishes in the afternoon, and depending on the day, sometimes we do the dishes at night. Alright. Now, if we take 5 minutes, we're talking about 15 minutes. And I have my trusty calculator. So if we take 6.25 and multiply that by 15 minutes in a day, in just 1 day, that there alone is approximately 93 gallons. I'm not making this up. I did my research. As you can see, all these papers here, they're my notes, the notes I took. And I verified different sources. By the way, if you go to my website, www.backtobasics.com, and you search and you look this video up, I'm gonna have some links to a digital file of these notes. So if you want my notes, you could actually go to my site and you could get these notes. Okay. Now I just want to make clear, I did not write none of these. These are just my notes. I got this from the internet, and I made the proper references on the last page. So in the last page, you see a different links, or the links that I use to look, to get all this information. I have links for English speakers and I have links for Spanish speakers. What are the benefits of saving water? Number one, you're going to lower your monthly water utility bill. Number two, you're going to lower your monthly energy bill. Why? Because, well, at least me, I don't know about you guys, but I like taking warm showers. Now, in order for the water to get heated, you need energy, okay? So by using less water, you don't need to heat that much water, therefore, or thus, you use less energy. Number 3, you're definitely going to help preserve our natural sources. And number 4, depending on where you live, sometimes the water crisis is just so incredible that what they do is they restrict the portions per family. So by doing all these techniques and starting out with not leaving your water running when you're washing the dishes, you're definitely going to see the benefits. Now what I'm going to do is, before we go over to step number 2 in saving water, I'm just going to finish cleaning these dishes up the money saving way. Number 1, I'm just going to take a little bowl here. I'll fill it up with water and a little soap. That way, every time I just have that urge of, feeling that my sponge is clean, I'll have this dip it in. And while I'm doing the dishes, I'm definitely not going to let the water run, okay? Now, like I said, we're talking about 6 gallons, 7 gallons, which sums up to a lot. I got my first one. I close the faucet. Got my cup. Open it again. Rinse it. Close it. Now, at first, if you're not used to it, it seems like hard work, just open and close, open and close. But before you know it, you get used to it, okay? And trust me, your pocket is going to really, really appreciate it.